The Hight Today Show is live. Hello, I'm Victor Martinez Jr. and we are here with Momma Juana's. How you doing?
What up? Hey, I'm doing great. How are y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Thanks so much for coming.
Absolutely. Completely worth the 2-hour drive.
I know I was about to say all the way out from San Antonio.
Yes,
Did you start your business out there?
Absolutely. My business was born out of love for my culture, love for my mother, love for my ancestors.
Is that why you call it Momma Juana?
Momma Juana is exactly my mom. That is my mother, Juana.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like, your mom approves of smoking weed?
Not really. That's why I had to make a topical line.
No shit.
Yeah. So here. I'll rash it.
And then just lean more into that there.
Okay, there. Yeah, no. So we'll start with origin. So I've been around weed my whole life. Literally since day one, since I was a baby. I actually was telling my mom, we talk a lot about this, and I feel like I'm really fulfilling the path that my grandparents set up for me. My great-grandparents, really, because it was her grandparents that named her Juana, but her older sister, my mom's second born, her older sister is my Tia Maria. So this is my other side branch. Y'all hear more about Tia Maria one day, but I am Tia Maria's and Momma Juana's.
And
Momma Juana's is my topical. Tia Maria is another thing.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like something you got going on right now.
Yeah, that's a little more behind the scenes. We're here for Momma Juana today.
And how long has Momma Juana's been going on now?
About 10 years, honestly.
Wow.
You've
Yeah.
been in the industry for a minute.
Yeah, I have. Whenever I was 18 years old, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, especially as soon as Colorado legalized. I was in it right away. I was in it off the bat. Multiple states. I've worked on different head shops. I've
What
been
got
doing
you
this.
started?
So really what I would say got
Oh,
me
here, lean
started.
over.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm gonna help.
Okay.
You can chill out. I'm just
Thanks.
gonna point it towards your face.
Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
So really what I would say actually got me started is this right here.
oh shit, yeah, I forgot to ask.
Yeah,
what the
all
fuck
good.
is that?
So when we're talking about, I'm making the joke about when we're talking about new product. It's not new, baby. This old. We going back to our OG. These are the roots. This is what my grandparents used to make. It was always on their shelves. My great grandparents. We're indigenous. We're natives from Mexico. I'm first generation. This is plant medicine. It's something I highly respect. I love. I appreciate. I have deep passion for. Especially with this is a huge issue within our community is the drug war. And that would be people getting addicted to pills, fentanyl. Those overdoses are so sad. It puts children in bad positions. So I'm here for plant medicine. I'm here for my people at the end of the day. I'm here to make it accessible. I'm here to take away some of that stigma. That's what I've been doing for 10 years within my own family, within different parts of my community. That's a huge part of the reason that I love the city of San Antonio is how much support I've gotten there. To get from this to this product development has been huge. It's been crazy. And I'm very thankful to be bringing back my literal OG.
And so that's what it's called?
This is the Alcajuana.
Alcajuana.
Alcajuana. It's a
Holy-
very simple, very basic
know
grape
if-
juice. Go right on
is
ahead.
it
You can
okay?
touch it.
I don't
The
wanna-
plant material separating from the trichomes, and then the up top is more of like the
I feel
infused
like there's
alcohols
a
we see.
there's a
Is
baby.
that how they made it as well?
Yes, this is exactly how my grandparents
There's
made
those
it.
jars that keep frogs in. Oh my goodness. So what's that at the bottom?
That at the bottom is going to be more of the plant material. In the middle there, that's where the trichomes are separating.
Is this high potency?
It's pretty high potency. This one's going to be at more of its premium potency. We got 14 more days on that batch right there, and then she's going to be perfect.
And so you take just like raw plant and then what is this, like pure ass alcohol, some
Yes.
grain shit?
Yep, exactly. No, it's honestly just some 90%. It's very simple mixture, but I'm able to... I'm working with some people now where I'm very thankful. I've been working on this again for 10 years, and I only publicly released about a year ago. Honestly, with a lot of encouragement from Victor. We were hanging out at one of our mutual friends' houses in a very similar fashion to this. We were just smoking, chilling,
I
sitting
was
on
about
the
to say
couch.
I'm so high I barely remember that.
No, man, we were sitting on a couch, just sitting there having a conversation. He was telling me about how he was bringing this show over. We kind of connected over the fact that I told him what I'd been doing with this, but I didn't have a platform to release it on. And quite honestly, this is my baby, so it's something I'm nervous about putting out there in a sense. This has been a private label. This has been custom product. Everything you see here has been made out of love for someone. Even my line right here, the vessels, the chapstick infusions. So right here,
I've tried those.
dude, this girls from the city of San Antonio. Every part of my product is born on client feedback. It's born off of people telling me my grandma uses it for this, my friend uses it for that. Someone started telling me they were using it as chapstick. I was like, whoa, can you even do that? They were like, it's wonderful. I was like, okay. So I started looking into my recipe. It turned out it was so similar to a chapstick. I just had to very slightly adjust it. I redid some of the essential oils I put in that one. This one's more now of like a cinnamon oil or cinnamon base with a little bit of clove oil. There's a little bit of peppermint. So it's a lot of like popping.
Sounds like it's good for you too.
It is so
Very medicinal.
moisturized. Exactly. So I'm studying this plant medicine. Some of my family in Mexico, they're what you would call curanderos. It's literal plant medicine. I'm just learning where I come from. I'm learning our roots. I'm hoping to spend more time over there in the next, who knows what's going to happen in the next 10 years, because in this last year, more has happened than in the last 10 years. I barely got labels back in March. Now I'm getting shout outs from brands I was selling 10 years ago. Raw shouted me out this week. Stash,
Nice.
Rio shouted me out this week after our dab bar.
That's amazing.
It's
Dude,
definitely time to branch out.
absolutely. I quit my job. That
Yeah.
was one of the first thing I told you guys
I'm
today.
glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That was honestly really hard to do because I love what I was doing, and
That's why I got face
I
tattoos.
did that, but I
don't wanna-
hated what I was doing. I was working retail.
Yeah. No, I just didn't want a regular job ever again, you know. It's
I got
it's
it on
a
that.
good thing to delve
Yeah, you
into
can put
that.
it on.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Matter of fact, I'm ready for a dab whenever
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah,
Whenever you're
let's
ready.
Let's get
Whenever
on
you're
that.
You got the whole thing set up. I love the
do.
setup. I think I can see
Absolutely.
it. And so yeah, you've been working on Mama Juana's,
And
and
you-
now you have a platform to sell it on and everything. I didn't realize, you know, like as I knew you knew your stuff, of course.
Yeah.
And then you were always hanging out, like in the comedy scene? Like what got you involved out here?
My best friend actually is a bartender here at the
That's
Creek of the
right.
Cave. Yeah,
Shout out.
Stacy. Yeah,
She's
Nice.
cool as hell.
yeah. We've been best friends since we were 12 years old. I'm 30 years old now.
Nice.
I remember now. I helped one of you two like change a tire.
Stacy, that was the night that we bonded, man.
Uh-huh.
That was the night we started
Was it
hanging
her
out.
car?
It was Stacy's car.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd that's one of the few things I know how to do. I don't know if I changed the
You
spare.
did. You changed the spare. He was fucking.
I was high as shit that night too.
Dude,
I don't
he was.
remember
That's what I
changing
was
that spare.
saying. We were. Bro, it was a great time. But yeah, so in this last year, I've really been working more on my product development, putting my line out there. Right now, what I've been doing behind the scenes is I've been lowering costs, and I'm passing all of that on to my clients. I'm working on some contracts with a couple stores at the moment. We'll
Holy
see who
shit,
sells
look
these
at that.
guys.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got
clean
to
it
clean that
out,
out. Yeah. We're gonna
That's how dabbing is.
You're gonna
Yeah.
take the first hit, Danny, because
I
if
will.
I do the first one when it's red hot like that,
You want me to,
I
you want to
pass
share
the
a
fuck
hit?
out. Yeah, I
You
don't
got it.
mind. I'm telling you right now.
Not too hot.
One time I took
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
dab
clean
and
this
I
up real
stood
quick.
up. I was standing up and I next thing I know, I'm on the floor and I blew my friend's back out because he caught me before I fucking smashed my head.
He blew his back
I
out.
blew his back out, dude. Yeah.
TMI, bro.
He saved my life, but I fucked the shit out of him.
That's a good friend.
Yeah,
That's a
for
really
real.
good friend.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'll let that chill
Were there
out.
any blowtorches at your last job?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
There
wait,
were?
wait. No.
In the
well,
jewelry business?
yes, at the jewelry business there were. I just didn't work with those directly. I sent out the repairs. I didn't do the repairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the jewelry business was amazing. I'm very thankful for what I learned there.
You kind of blinged up.
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
But thank you. Jewelry is one of my passions too, honestly. But you know, I can support it as a client. I don't have to be in it to do it. But I'll speak on that too. Mama Juana is accepting new clients on our bookkeeping services side.
What do you do there?
bookkeeping. I actually can
Sell to
help
customers
shops.
and stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's more so processing transactions, making sure I'm reconciling people's books, checking to make sure I do accounts payable, accounts receivable. I do all kinds of reports with monthly reports. I could run a
Wow.
whole
So you help the
QuickBooks.
business end, huh?
Yeah, I'm good with cost, retail, helping with profit margins, helping notice as well some places where maybe that's one of the big things I learned in jewelry was helping recognize some of the areas maybe we were lacking or we could be helping more, or maybe some of the places we were overcharging a little bit and could be helping our clients out more. Because it's all about putting products in people's hands. No one can love your product if they don't touch it, if they don't feel it, if they don't experience it, you know?
Yeah, making it accessible.
Exactly.
That's super important.
Displaying it to them personally.
Exactly. And making sure like they know what it is so that way there's no fear involved. Because that's one of the big things I would say I've noticed even within my own family and within the community. It's been so stigmatized for so long, and that's the laws. The problem is the issues always lie within the laws. It's not the plant.
FTP.
We've been doing this for exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. It's something that unfortunately has caused a lot of issues within the community instead of being able to benefit as our ancestors got to. Who's taking this first?
Yeah. Go for it, Danny. Woo! And that's your what's this called right here?
Shit. This one's some sugar wax. I don't remember which strain this one is. I'm sorry, I smoked a lot of it this morning. But I do have I'm gonna be helping as well with some smokables because I mean, as much as I love my topicals as well, that's kind of the Dia Maria side as well, is making sure we got some smokables because a little something for everybody.
I'm a little more experienced with taking dabs. You have to know when to.
Oh my fucking god!
I almost got there too.
Jesus! You see? And imagine if I was the first one to take a hit. I really would have died. Fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Do you need a water? Are you good? You got
water. I'm chilling
Good
over
idea.
here. Oh my god. All right. So yeah, you quit your job.
Yeah.
You're doing this full time now. You're on the books.
Yep.
And what else do you have coming up? You're telling me you were at a gala last night too?
Yeah, I was at a gala out in San Antonio. I'm not gonna speak too prematurely on everyone, but there are some people I'm really having some discussions with, and even some events I'm working on within the next year. Yeah, some serious networking going on. Working on some real big. You're going to see us talking to some other big brands out there as well. We're working with maybe some events in the next year. Keep an eye out. Follow us honestly on Instagram. We're going to be we're expanding with delivery services as well with these products. And even again, with those smokables. And everything at this point is going to be able to be lab tested. That's what I'm traveling. I'm possibly traveling this week. I don't know what's going on. I just quit my job because I have to be ready to bounce at any moment. I don't know where I am, who I am. It's great.
That's
I've officially become Momma Juana's. I feel like I really left my old identity behind a couple weeks ago.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I clocked in one day as a Momma Juana's and I had events lined up every single day. And honestly, this is how I quit Planet K. This is how I quit my job before. I'm always a man on a mission, bro. Whenever I start lining stuff up, I'm just good to go. And last year I did have a thing that kind of set me back for a little while. Human being, my little cousin died and I kind of needed to step back for a minute, really get back to my roots and figure out who I was and work on my identity a little bit more again. And that's where I realized with the bookkeeping, I'm just being who I am. Been doing the same shit I've been doing since I was 16 years old. The day after my quinceañera, I come from a family of business owners. My dad did irrigation. So this is back to agriculture. This is back to everything that I'm from. But I was working with my dad. I was doing what my mom did for him. I was doing a lot of the accounting, the bookkeeping as a child when I didn't even know what was going on. And as I'm learning my Excel formulas at school, I'm using them at home, working like a real Mexican for my parents.
One love.
Yeah. I grew up in the orange fields too with them. But yeah, I was handling my dad's accounts payable, accounts receivable, exactly as I'm doing now. I was networking. And one of the big things, even as a little kid, they mentioned as a child that I brought an increased sense of professionalism.
You
And I
definitely do.
appreciate that.
You definitely
Yeah.
do. I
agree.
mean, just look at the fucking table. That's fucking professional shit right
I
there.
appreciate that. I mean, shout out to Planet K for giving me an avenue as a child coming into it. I thought that I was going to have to move to Colorado. I thought that I was going to have to move to California. I thought that I was going to have to go elsewhere and do something else. But I wanted to be in Texas. I wanted to be in San Antonio. I fell in love with that city when I was 13 years old because I saw the possibilities out there. I saw now as an adult, I've learned it's actually that back in like the 80s, 90s, it was actually the heavy music capital of the world, dubbed so by Rolling Stone magazine. Slayer would not be Slayer without San Antonio. There was a Slayer versus Slayer there, competition for the name. San Antonio Slayer lost in our hometown. Cali Slayer won and they became Slayer. I was working with Planet K, I was working with Tex Pop Museum, South Texas Museum of Popular Culture. I was doing their photography. So I also do photography services. I've got a background in marketing. I was doing that with them. And unfortunately, the pandemic did shut the museum down. And so that part was really hard. I was supposed to be stepping up there and I don't do stagnant. I'm always on the move. I'm always on the go. And I waited. I was there for another 2 years during the pandemic. I mean, we were still fighting. You can look up Planet K, what was going on during COVID. Oh, yeah, he's out right now. We were fighting, man. There are people who are facing cases still, and there are people who are fighting court. I mean, when we talk about being on the front lines, when we talk about out here for products, we were doing things, bringing in toilet paper when there was no toilet paper on the shelves. They were making sure we had beans for the people. Beans for the people. I am Mexican as hell. I am from San Antonio as hell. This is the stuff. This is why I fight for what I fight for. This is what we do. I was working with Texas Hemp Campaign with them. I've gone to some normal meetings in San Antonio. I am in this. This is my passion. I'm making sure we get it to the people.
What was like the first time you smoked weed? Oh shit! Here, scoot over a little bit for it.
Let me do this jab. Let me do this jab real quick, and I got you.
You're kind of like a weed AOC.
Yeah,
I appreciate
A
that.
bartender.
Oh shit!
Time to get political now.
I mean, I'm down. I'm here for it,
You're
man.
the president.
I mean, if you guys want to vote me a weed president, I'm down. Just a weed one, though.
The
Yeah.
president of weed. You'd have to compete with Victor there.
I'm really no. I don't.
I can do a
can't
vice
run.
president. I can do a vice president role. That's
okay,
cool.
okay.
I just like wearing suits, but I'm really not. I'm not. I'm
That's cool.
diplomatic.
Hey, I like wearing suits too. We'll have really great photos together.
Mhm.
He's a
Yeah,
humble
it'll be fun.
president.
Yeah, I'm the dumb one. I'm just a puppet. I'll be a.
See, that's perfect.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to do the
yeah.
hard work. Like,
That's
He's a
what-
real
that's what
string pulling.
I just want to be a
Exactly.
face. That's all I am.
exactly. Perfect. See, but then I've also got the cute face, so then we're hitting them from all angles.
That's the perfect thing. That's how you do it.
Yep. Oh, all right. We'll let that chill out.
United States of weed.
So we got the Momma Juanas. We got, let's see, the dabs, the lip gloss. We got the
Colita de rana, the colita de tigre. We can talk about all those.
Calita de rana. That's whenever you get hurt. That's what that's what our parents say, like sana sana, and then you rub the wound. right?
Exactly.
And then you drink a little bit of Sprite. Yeah, and then whatever that could heal a broken arm. I mean,
Some
really-
Vicks.
Yeah, like I've had.
That's our next upcoming. That's our next upcoming
Really?
product.
Nice.
We're working on a big spread.
All right, well, you're gonna need
Oh
some.
my god! Oh man, my mom would
You
put
need
the
some
Vicks
Jesus candles.
inside my nose, like
Yeah, you think I should pull out some Jesus candles, some weed scented
some
Jesus?
weed Jesus
Oh,
candles with the weed
man.
on the front. Oh
Are we
yeah.
gonna have to put Victor as Jesus?
Oh,
Yes,
no.
yeah.
I'll be the
but
Virgin.
also have just crosses and weed.
Oh yeah, I'll be a
for
Virgin
church.
Mary with the beautiful thing
But
behind
yeah, no,
me.
he's a saint. He'll be a saint on one of them.
We'll do like Sacred Heart Jesus.
A High Tonight Show candle like that?
Bro, actually, I got you.
That's
I was
pretty
just
funny.
talking with someone I'm really working on partnering with, and that's one of the things. My real vibe is a whole apothecary. It's bringing back old school medicine, and they actually were talking about we're able to get some terpenes and stuff, so that way your weed scented candles. Like this is a real. We can do that, man.
Yeah.
This is a thing.
Hey, if
yeah.
they have vagina candles, we should be able to have,
Yeah, yeah, we got this.
So
yeah,
you,
I think there's
And
also, like,
funny enough,
smell-
I got people who make candles too.
I know. I wouldn't doubt it.
smell-proof candles are also something useful too.
So you were getting us hyped up. Tell us about the first time you got high.
Okay, the first time I got high, my 3 best friends to this day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I grew up super conservative, honestly. My family is very religious. I was from a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm high. It's
Square.
right, I was. A square ain't around. I had to sneak out to do everything. Sheltered. Yes, I came from a very sheltered Catholic background. In Sunday school, all the time. For me, adventure as a kid, like even in high school, or when I say kid, was being able to go to different churches. My mom would let me, like, I'd be like, Mom, let me go to this youth group. And my mom would be like, oh, it's a youth group? Like, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of kids there. Are you guys sure? You're there to worship the Lord? Like, you have the right intentions? Yeah, Mom, totally. That's exactly what we're here for. My first concert, everything with the youth group. I got to see Skillet Flyleaf. It was great. That's exactly how I got into that, though, was pretty much like figuring out how to do fun stuff within the church. So had to sneak out for like anything outside of that. So one day, it's honestly just a regular day, probably sometime around March 2010.
Oh, shit. How old were you?
I was 16 years old.
Oh, shit. That's around, the time I got high.
Yeah. And we had gone to school and just like normal kids. My mom actually started working. This is after my parents' divorce. So my mom went from working from home and working for my dad to working for someone else. So suddenly I had a little less supervision. Of course, I was going to take advantage of that. And remember, parents, strict parents raise sneaky kids.
Yeah.
That's a big thing I've been out of my family too. I'm all, y'all can let the kids do this. Y'all can let the kids become this, or you can like know who they are or what they're doing. That's a thing even within my family with the kids. Yeah, that's the thing within my family even with the kids. I tell them you can let them sneak around or you can know what they're doing. Because they're gonna do it either way.
So you're sneaking around.
I'm sneaking around. So it's after school one day, and Mom already pretty much knows the story. She knows everybody involved. I love telling. That's the fun part of being an adult, is being able to tell stories to your parents and not get in trouble.
I still get scared.
I was saying.
do.
I was about to start putting some names out there so you guys know. And I was like, all right, Mom. All right. So it's me and Susie. Susie's one of my absolute best friends, but she's also one of my church friends. But she's got a little wild side to her. Right? When you're like, I always bring that out of
Catholic
people.
schoolgirls.
Yeah, absolutely. And I pull this out of people. I love it. So we're after school one day. We're like, all right, cool. We're doing all right. You tell your mom I'm with you. I'm going to tell my mom I'm with you, etc. So we're after school one day, and then I probably have $20, and I go see Stacy, my obvious other best friend. We go see Stacy, and funny enough, Justine is sitting in the car. I give Stacy the 20. She happened to get it from another friend of ours. It was fantastic. The backstory there too. Still one of our other best friends. Anyway, comes back to it. I have my little sack in my hand. I'm like, all right, what are we doing?
This is your first time buying weed?
This is my first time buying weed, my first time smoking weed, touching it. So
you're 16?
I'm 16.
Wow.
I mean, I'd had it in my face before. Like, I'd had like, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'd had it in my face before. My cousin smoked it. I had it, like, I'd smelled it. I could have had the opportunity before, but I was always scared. And then I would realize how many people around me were smoking. And I was just like, man, like, literally everybody I love does this. Like, I guess I'm going to try it. I was like, I'm going to see, like, what's up with it.
I always liked the smell. Even before, like, I had ever smoked it, I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. So, like, I don't know. My mom always like, oh, it's like a skunk or something like that. But
I wanted to smoke weed for years before I ever tried it.
Yeah, I could tell. It was like, it's going to be something. It's going to be something different than a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
And so what, you had like an eighth on you or something? What was that?
Probably an eighth. At that time, I don't even remember.
$20 worth?
Yeah, it was 20. Yeah, you're a little kid, but it was some mids too. So it was definitely, it was like a solid like 3 fingers worth. So that's when you measured weed in fingers. So yeah, then we end up riding down to the boonies. I'm from the swamps. And as far as my Florida side, I'm kind of from everywhere. From first generation, my family's from 5 hours. Well, now we're 2 hours over here, so now 7 hours from here in Mexico. But so we're out in the swamps in Florida. I got my little sacks, all my little friends. We're going. So we go to my friend's boyfriend's house. So we're already sneaking around hardcore. We get over there. They roll it up, sitting in the chair. I'd already been curious about it because everyone around me was doing it. I'd smelled it, as you were mentioning too. I'd smelled it so many times. I started getting really curious. I was like, all right, what is this? Let's try this. And And from the first time I smoked, I've changed.
Do you remember like all right, I remember immediately because I had taken an edible, I could see behind my own head. It was like Grand Theft Auto, like third person perspective.
I didn't get high the first time I tried to smoke it, but I don't think I was inhaling right.
No,
You know?
yeah, smoking it didn't work the first time.
You knew to inhale it and everything.
I think it was probably because we smoked a couple times too. Like I don't think I got the full effect the first like moment or two because we were there for like a whole afternoon. It was a whole session. Like my mom started calling and calling and calling. That we'll get to that part of the story. Okay, yeah. So
she has an angle.
So we're sitting there, we're rolling up, we're smoking. Honestly, like I don't remember the first, like I remember like trying to get high. And they're kind of explaining to me, no, you have to inhale, you have to hold it. I'm learning how to breathe. I'm real bad at breathing. It's for pointing out the touching. Right, yeah. I'm real bad at it. I got to remember to do it. Weed really helps with that. So they're telling me what to do. And then honestly, the next thing I really remember is eating Fruity Pebbles. That was the best damn bowl of Fruity Pebbles I've ever had in my life.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's eating is a whole different thing. Yeah. I mean, everything tastes much better, but you go fucking deep on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially cereal.
Yep, texture, flavor, everything. Super vivid memory.
Was it like you were POV? Because usually whenever I'm that high, I can see myself eating, like a Scorsese movie, like a well cut one.
Honestly, it's like more of like a fisheye view, like like a really wide angle. I'm like, woo, like, yeah. I'm like, we're back in the moment when I remember it. I remember I got so nervous too that my mom was gonna smell it. I did all my laundry. I like just washed all my clothes. I borrowed clothes from my friend. I just like sat. I was so high. I like sat in the laundry room and just like doing all my clothes.
Yeah, Mexican mothers are like hound dogs. They can get a scent on you. It's like, drogas. Yeah,
exactly.
They know immediately. Yeah. Estás fumando. They look in your eyes.
Los
and
marihuanos.
Yeah, and so
when
I
did
think
she first catch on though?
Not for a long time, honestly.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. So so then I'm sitting on the washing machine. My friend's doing her thing. I'm doing my thing, sitting on the washing machine high, getting kind of paranoid probably. My mom's calling. I'm like, damn, what do I do? I'm trying to get my friend. My friend's like, dude, I never drive high.
Oh,
she's
no.
like, so it was like a whole thing. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Miss Becca. I love you guys.
Oh, man, yeah.
Hey, don't make your children rush home.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I remember driving high all the time. I would just imagine the car as like a floating car.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels when you're a kid.
Yeah, like I'm on a hover machine.
Yeah,
or something.
for sure. Yeah. So then that's happening. I remember getting home too, still so stoned. That was also the shower that changed my life. I looked up, bro. My parents' house was beautiful. When we still had the ranch, it was gorgeous. I remember the shower was like this like marble shower, and the water that was falling like had this light falling, or like this like golden light, and it just looked like glitter everywhere. And I like had this like frosted glass door. It was so fucking. It was a sight to see, man.
And so ever since then, you've been hooked, huh?
Yeah.
You get the microphone closer.
Yeah.
You can pull it towards you too.
Yeah, got you. Yeah. Ever since then, pretty much.
And then you're just like, oh, I want to get into business in this shit or something.
Well, I just started finding out more and more. It was crazy because it was so stigmatized. And the more I kept... Here, give me a sec. Do you mind asking this?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. So it was hard at first really getting into it. But the more I started learning about it, the more I learned about cousins that smoked. The more I learned about people I'd known that had grown. Mm-hmm. Outdoors even. I started learning more about the culture. La cultura. When I say la cultura, I mean the cannabis culture, the Hispanic culture, all of these crossovers, even within the hip. Learning so much of where my family has come from and what we have done. I am simply the first to put it out there like this. And honestly, they're so proud of me. And I've gotten so many blessings at this point. I'm so thankful.
It's very unifying.
Yeah,
the most
I mean,
unifying
yeah.
things
And
ever.
anyone else like just one generation before us, they would have been arrested for anything like near what we're trying to do here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the big
What's
things
crazy
that
is
started. Yeah.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, I understand. No,
Yeah.
yeah, completely. Yeah, you're talking about the stigmatism about
Yeah.
it. That's why I did the Hight Tonight show. That's why I wear a tie.
Exactly.
You know, I'm trying to get rid of that. You know, like it's not just like a fever dream, kind of like just like no form or nothing like that. I wanted to prove that potheads could do something very productive. I mean, it inspires me. You know,
it does. It really does.
Oh, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, just even like, just finding out where they've gone. As you were mentioning, within a generation before, even within the same generation, the potheads within my simple generation, because I was born late. My mom was 35 when she had me. She was 16 when she had my brother. She was 15 years old when her and my dad got married.
Mhm.
They started life really young. I'm thankful to have way more choices, be able to explore my options in life and my different paths and really make my own. But going back to that, so my mom started very young. My tia Mariam started very young. My oldest cousins are 30 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Though they would have gotten arrested. So they are also the ones who are so proud of me. We are same generation. I simply was born in a time, and that's where I feel like I have to do this. This is like, this is my calling. This is why I was born, when I was born. There's
still plenty
what
of
we're
heat
doing.
out here,
Yeah.
though. I mean, like
You're not
Austin
wrong.
kind of turns a blind eye, basically, and San Antonio maybe to an extent.
To an extent. That's why
But
that's why I'm really
Yeah.
working with getting my lab results now. I'm clearing out this batch at the moment, but it's actually already pretty much cleared out. Everything from this point forth is going to have my QR codes, and we're really doing things legit.
That's
Mhm.
amazing. Yeah, I can tell. I mean, it looks really fucking good. What do you have coming up?
So what I have coming up is that Juana I was telling you guys about. This is the flower here that I'm going to be infusing this week into my new product, and it's pretty much going to be the similar products, except I was telling you I'm going to go ahead and start blending up that Vicks probably this week.
Mama Wanna Vicks. I'm
Mama
all
Wanna Vicks.
over that.
Well, we can't say Vicks because, you know,
Oh, yeah.
copyright, but, you know, inspired.
Menthol rub?
Yes, some kind of menthol rub, you know, with a nice little, if I can find maybe a blue topper. So part of what I'm going to do, my new products might look a little different, but that's because we're here to make it accessible, not just bougie. As much as I love this look, I'm still going to keep it looking great. Don't get me wrong. Y'all know me. Y'all see what I do. But the jars might be a different color. It might look a little different here and there because I'm figuring out the savings that I'm passing that on to the clients because, again, at the end of the day, we're here to make it accessible. We're here to put it in
Pick your
people's
battles,
hands.
yeah.
Exactly. I'm not that worried about overpaying for packaging. That's not what you guys are worried about. That's not what my clients are worried about. It's not all about aesthetics. It's about, we're doing a guerrilla style. We're out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So this is your most recent product right here?
This is the product I just finished clearing out. This is everything else coming up out of this right here.
Mhm.
So
And then what was your first product?
this one.
That's your
this
very
is,
first one?
This is technically my very, very first, and then it developed into this. This is what I've been working with for a while now. This is the OG Colita de Rana. This is my first balm. Yeah.
And this you would apply it to like just just sore area or
This is the lavender infusion. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this one. Some people use it for migraines. You can use it for sleep, insomnia with the migraines. I actually have here you go.
oh
Try
shit,
some.
thank you.
I have a client that has she was telling me about her terrible migraines and how they actually used to put her in the hospital like quite often. And she has only had to go to the hospital since getting my product. She's had it probably for a solid 6 years already. And she told me since then she's only had to go to the hospital twice.
Antiseptic application.
Oh, he's putting it on his new tattoo.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, I'll just, put on my forehead or something.
Don't forget to say sana sana colita de rana, si no sanas hoy, sanas mañana.
What does that mean in English?
Heal, butt of the frog. If you don't heal right now, you'll heal tomorrow.
What the hell are Mexicans thinking? I don't know what that means.
Suck it up, you'll get better. It'll feel better.
From the ass of a frog.
Are you supposed to put it on your forehead?
You put it
what?
anywhere.
But you know
Temples.
what? I actually have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how there are certain frogs that have like medicinal properties as well.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that might be what it's from.
Bro,
Suck
I
on
feel
a
like-
poisonous
I
frog,
feel
you
like
trip
it's some
out.
indigenous medicine, bro. I feel like they're giving us wisdom every fucking day. They speak to us, man.
Oh, I
All
always
you
wondered
have
what
to
that
do is
meant.
listen.
I always wondered because,
Mm.
like, what does your parents say? Like, my mom says, I see que tu nariz." Did they ever say something like that? Like, if I was like, I want to get a face taste, she's like, "Oh yeah, face tattoo. I see que tu nariz," and that translates like you wouldn't even do that with your nose. Yeah. Fucking tattoo.
I don't know that I've heard that one, honestly.
No?
It's like
Okay.
a comparison to
Yeah.
you know,
Maybe I have, but
to a saint.
So
or something.
Sana-
my Spanish
A
is
star.
honestly okay. It's not the best Spanish. Se dicen del rancho. Pretty much like uneducated from the ranch, but that's okay because that's what
Got a
I
little
am.
bit of that,
I'm a little. I got some background, but yeah. My Spanish is I learn from my situations. Puedo vender cosas. Puedo ordenar comida. Y puedo ganar
I know
dinero.
kitchen Spanish.
I can kitchen Spanish, yeah. I can sell products, I can make money, I can order food, but you start giving me directions, you give me emotions, tell me about your day, you lose me. I don't have the small talk.
Talking about soccer.
Yeah, talk about soccer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Ooh, this shit gets me all tingly. I feel it like real tingly right on
Oh,
where I
nice.
applied it. That's very
Nice.
nice.
I'll have to relearn one day, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that'll come later.
I used
Wait
to
till I
know-
have more money
yeah.
and time.
Yeah, I used to know a lot of Spanish when I was a kid. It was technically my first language,
Yeah, me
but
too.
yeah, then I went to public school, man. Well,
Yeah, my parents got a divorce,
private school, they were teaching us more. It was great.
and my dad regretted having a Mexican. we were white after that. No,
No
but
kidding. No,
Yeah.
you're half and half.
I'm
right?
half. Yeah, no, but my dad married a Polish woman after my mother.
See, is there any white people in your family?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah. So yeah, my nephew's half white. We got a little bit of everything, especially down in Florida. We got Puerto Rican, white, Dominican, Colombian.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still close in.
Did I
like,
say
of
Puerto
the
Rican?
culture
You
and
already
stuff,
Puerto
but-
Rican?
Puerto
We got-
Rican? Oh yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
You're Puerto Rican?
No, down in Florida, I got my family.
Got Puerto Ricans.
Dominicano, Colombiano, Puerto
You got
Ricana.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
What is this one?
This one's the colita de tigre. So go ahead, take a smell. That one's gonna be more of a almost similar to like
Where should we apply it?
Here, Justin can have this one. you want
Wherever
a
you
little
hurt.
ointment?
Some lotion.
wherever you hurt. That one is really that's the
This is a
pain one.
pain
That's
one?
gonna
Yeah.
have some more like menthol camphor stuff like
Going
that.
on the lower back.
Hey, yep, put
It's
it
going
on
the
there.
lower back.
Yeah, because you're sciatica.
Yeah. Yeah. Even I've known some people who use this one for the sciatica too.
Oh, you know about sciatica.
Yeah.
Pain.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. I feel like this one does a little bit more for it, but that's up to the person. Different strokes for different folks. When I was saying I work for Planet K, it's part sex shop too. Part adult. Sorry, it's an adult novelty store.
It is, huh?
Bleep out the other part. Yeah, adult novelty store.
Water
so,
pipes.
Yeah, water pipes. I sold
Mhm.
not bongs and dongs. I sold water pipes and water pipes and dongs.
What is the? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dildos.
For
dildos.
tobacco use
Yeah,
only
for
dildos.
tobacco use only dildos. For tobacco use
Don't
only
fuck the
dongs.
dildos.
Yeah.
Don't fuck the dongs.
Yeah, don't fuck. And you can only legally own 6 and not call them a dildo. Dude, they've been doing things.
What do you
since
mean?
the day.
What?
Yeah, so Texas will put like there's like laws within Texas, so like sodomy laws and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to know that.
Yeah.
Working. Okay. So what is it? So all right.
It's like that you can only
That's
own like
that's your
less
own
than
risk though
6.
as a
Yeah.
customer. So
Yeah,
it's not, they're not
exactly.
liable.
You can't
for
buy
selling
more
you.
than 6
That's what-
dildos
They
at
can't
No,
sell
once?
but they're
they
not
can't sell you
dildos.
more than
There's
6,
no
I'm sure.
dildos. There's no dildos. They're dongs.
Okay,
They're
you can't buy
dongs.
more than 6 dongs at once.
I don't believe so. You probably can, but that's that gray area where like you're taking that risk. But
They're like fetish tools. They're not
Yeah.
technically or
I've seen
something
some
like
yeah,
pretty
that.
they're
rough
just
stuff.
adult novelty items.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you do with that, that's your own risk. Although
Yeah.
I will tell you about what you potentially could and could not put in your butt because it needs to have that flair.
Yeah.
But yeah, different strokes for different folks. I'm here to
Well, like legally?
Victor and I don't
no,
indulge.
like okay, like you couldn't just put like something without a flare. It has to be like it can't be just shaped like that. It's got to be like bloop bloop and then like come back
So it
out.
doesn't
So it
get
has
stuck.
like grip exactly because the butt's like a vacuum and it'll just suck stuff in.
Yeah, I'm aware.
1,000 ways to die.
Whoa, that's a legal thing.
Yeah.
That's something else you have
Well,
to
and
learn.
that's just
Well,
something you have to know. That's product
That's
knowledge.
engineering.
Yeah, that's
That's
product
Those are
knowledge.
things you don't
Standard.
think
That's product
about
knowledge and knowing your clients.
when you look at an
Oh,
anal
yeah.
bead.
Yeah.
You gotta get learnt with your fetish. Also, anything involved. But yeah, no, weed's my only fetish.
Yeah. No, I'm here to make sure
What's up?
it's accessible. And I'm honestly, part of my whole like steez in general, I'd say, is to make sure people are having a good time the best that they can. So I learn as much as I can in all aspects of that. This is why I was a rave photographer too when I was younger. Just I'm here to make sure people
Really?
have a
Wow.
good time. That's always like the work I try to do.
That's
I
fun.
bring fun to a room is like kind of my persona I try to be. I have my favorite description of myself that I heard via an evaluation was a ball of energy and a ray of sunshine.
Definitely. Yeah, super. Yeah, for sure. You're radiant.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that, y'all. Let's see. Here. Do y'all want to try out the lip gloss?
Yeah, sure. How are we on time?
We got like 30 more. Yeah, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, nice,
45.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay, we're
yeah.
comfortable.
Oh. Do y'all have
Um,
any questions? Stuff y'all want to talk about
What
more?
do you think, Danny? This stuff
I
is
had
so
one a
fun.
second ago, especially when we're talking about
That
Planet
I'm
KLs,
still
but-
coming down from that fucking dab from earlier. I got fucked up right there.
Which one is this one?
This is the Bestos. This is the lip balm. So this one was actually born out of love for the girls from the city of San Antonio. They were the ones who started telling me that they were using this as a this OG as a lip balm, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And what the hell? What's going on? What are y'all doing? So I started looking into
this
the
one's nice.
formula, and I realized that they were right. It was so similar to a chapstick and lip ointment. All I had to do was
Are there a lot of like things like this at Planet K?
no.
Really?
This isn't even
Yeah.
at Planet K yet.
No, this is her
I'm
shit,
trying
dude.
to get this is me.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
see, I don't know if I know about like chapsticks and things like that.
No,
actually.
no.
It's pretty unique.
This
in
is
general.
right now. I'm working with I'm working on some deals behind the scenes, and I'm exclusive about which stores I'm putting my
Sure,
my
of
baby
course,
into.
yeah.
Yeah, whose hands. And that's where I was telling you guys I've really been working. Here you go, man. You want to try out the lip gloss?
It's a pretty good chapstick.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. I try to use high quality, as much all natural everything's all natural, but as much organic as I can.
So you're
Do
involved
not
in
eat
the
it, though.
production.
I make it's all
it
my
gets in the
production.
mouth a little though on the
Yeah.
lips, but
Oh, no.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna dab a little
don't
bit.
eat it
Okay.
like all the way is what I will say, because
Okay.
you will poop. Don't exactly. You
He
will
ate
shit.
it immediately.
Listen,
don't just like
poison control. Yeah.
yeah. Gotta warn you guys.
So
Y'all get that little tingly too from the essential oils and the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
That's that spicy. That's girls from the city of San Antonio. You know when you're kissing a San Antonio
I was
girl.
about to say, yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, back when you first got high, like how long would you say that how long did it affect you? Like I felt like I was like high for like days, when I first got high. And then also based on that, like what has your approach been to indulging in, weed in general? Like how do you personally enjoy smoking and how do you like the feeling?
Absolutely. So I'm not exactly sure how long I remember that first time getting high lasting. I remember taking that shower, going to sleep really well. School the next day. I was chilling. I was probably kind of tired. The effects honestly have been different over the course of my life. At one point, I remember during graduation, I had smoked again as well. And it was like right after graduation. And that's when I was still like, it was still pretty new. Because that first year that I was smoking, it wasn't every day. It wasn't every day for a while until I was getting older, which is fair and probably
That's
really
normal,
valid.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very valid. And that's like, I'm definitely glad I did it that way. It didn't burn me out. But yeah, I remember whenever after graduation too, we did it like right after. So it's probably like 11 o'clock in the morning. We'd gone to a party. We did all this stuff. Me and some of the homies, we'd gone to multiple parties. We were eating good everywhere we went. And that's part of my whole thing too. We're all here to eat.
Mhm.
We gotta make sure we eat good, smoke good, look good,
Mhm.
smell good. Like that's what life's about, man. Just enjoying the moment. So yeah, we went around, and then I remember going home and falling asleep and then waking up to my whole family being there and like a cake, and I was still so stoned, and it's probably like 8 o'clock at night, like when everybody showed up, and I'm like, damn, essentially like sitting at the table. I've seen pictures of myself that night. I was just like, oh whoa, like I feel like I can tell that I look really stoned in those.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I get the squintiest eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Well,
What
thanks
about
again for coming through.
What about dabbing though?
Dabbing.
Oh, man, that's a whole
Dabs.
nother thing. Yeah, talk to us
Yeah.
about that.
Honestly, dabs are kind of intimidating at first, even though I was working in a head shop. Because with Planet K, one of the things is a lot of it is your knowledge comes from within, not necessarily yourself, but your own research. And I'm thankful I did a lot of that. So just really, but learning online, learning from product demonstrations and stuff as well, learning by putting your hands on it. That's really where I learned a lot of stuff. Like when you're touching glass every single day, doing that inventory, I mean, I learned from the nitty gritty dirt. I love I'm so thankful for, and I love Planet K. You guys might not have ever been behind the counter there. I could show you guys pictures of, you see what that ashtray looks like? That's what my hands looked like. That's what my knees looked like.
No
I was
shit.
down up in them back stocks, and that's where I felt like this was my part for the community as a kid. They asked if I was down for the cause. I was telling you guys in that last interview. It used to be a 4-part interview. You used to have to draw a comic. It's changed a lot now, but when I was getting into it, they were searching for artists. They were searching for activists. They were searching for people who were literally down. And when it got to that 4th level, when you got to that big boss, whenever it got to the, what's the word I'm looking for here? The
CEO or whatever.
not the C. Well, probably. You know, the titles there were kind of different. It's not necessarily titles. You kind of know like more of a higher grade. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was.
They
Two
made
of the
you draw
heifers.
comics?
Yeah, they made you either draw. There was a
Your
blank
political
area.
comic?
There was a blank area, and it said pretty much was an area to express your creativity. You could
That's
draw
very
a comp.
Austin.
Yeah, it was, and I mean,
What'd you
the man
draw?
is from here. The man is from
Yeah.
here, so it's Planet K itself is
Like,
very
what
Austin.
did they make you draw one?
Yeah, I drew a
Wh-
comic, and my
wh-
comic actually was about a girl trying to save the world with weed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Super Mama Juana.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I feel like when I was like a little 21-year-old kid, I do feel like I was a baby. Now that I'm 30, but I feel like I knew what I wanted to do, and so that's where I recently again quit my job. Please check out my bookkeeping services.
Definitely.
I've got some great deals going on with that right now too. So I went back to school. So I'll get back to even what I was doing with Planet K. I worked my way from that ground, from the nitty gritty. My hands were black. I've been electrocuted off a roof
What working there?
working there
What
for the
were you
cause.
doing up there?
Walkthrough was coming through. Whenever the higher ups come down from Austin, part of what you got to do is make sure that the stores are up to par. And for the holidays, we do these blow ups, and they go on top of all these buildings, and they want them out front of every single one. And I was working at Pat Booker location at the time.
A blow up. What did it look like?
It was like a globe. It looked like, you know, like the inflatables that they do like for Christmas and stuff. It was just like a snow globe with like little like poopery stuff floating
Confetti,
around
yeah.
inside. Yeah, like the little fake snow.
Okay.
So they're coming, and then it was down for some reason. And the dudes the night before didn't fix it. I didn't know what was going on. So next thing I know, we're pulling out the 12-foot ladder. I'm getting on top of it, just like normal, regular day. Thankfully, I had my docs on this day. So I crawl up to the roof, and I remember kind of looking around, and I'm trying to like figure out what's going on. And it's this metal slanted. It's almost like a 45-degree angle. Picture like, you know, Courage the Cowardly Dog House.
Yeah.
It looks like that building. Almost
Okay.
exactly.
And so you're crawling on top. You're
I'm
12
going on
feet
the-
above
yes.
Planet K.
Yes.
Your courage.
Yes, I'm Courage. I'm Courage. What's so funny is they actually have a little chicken on top of this one. So it's got the little northwest, northwest, southeast. So
yeah,
it's like,
compass- a wind compass or
little,
whatever.
exactly. So that's
Yeah.
floating around. It's doing a little so I'm crawling up there. I see the inflatable just down, and I'm kind of looking around. I don't know what's going on. It's a like kind of gloomy day. It's real gray, dark, cold out there. I'm like, man, I was like, man, talk about being down. Like, I'm out here for this. Like, I'm barely making, like, at this point, I'm making, like, barely above minimum wage. I'm like, but I'm down. Let's do it. So I'm up there and I see the inflatable down, and all of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. I just feel my body start seizing it, like pressuring up. Even you see my hands start shaking now as I talk about it. My little PTSD out.
Oh my God.
So all of a sudden, it's like this, like shit, like little like roof, and I'm like holding on. I'm like, what's going on? I didn't know. I thought I was having a seizure, and all of a sudden, I feel myself sliding and sliding and sliding and sliding down.
Like-
I don't know whether to hold on.
Like Spanish tiles, basically, are coming loose.
No,
or
it's
whatever?
not. It's a metal roof. It's a like
Oh,
slanted
jeez.
tin roof. Yeah.
No
so I'm just
way.
sliding down, and I'm like, what the f- is going on? I thought I was having a seizure. I'm just sliding down in the most graceful, slow, like manner possible. So shout out to my fucking OG manager, Doris. She's this like. She pretty much looks like Victor, but with less face tattoos and a couple shades darker.
I look like a lesbian. I get that a lot. Yeah.
Victor has
yeah.
another female doppelganger right here.
I've said this
before.
I just take that. That just means I'm pretty. So,
Yeah, fucking.
so what? She caught you?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
the metal like hit her or anything?
No.
Okay.
The metal was up there fine. I fell down because I was being electrocuted. I was all, I
Oh,
falling down.
fuck.
I didn't know what happened. I fell down. I was all like this. So I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, I think I had a seizure.
Damn,
and then
on a
I'm looking
metal-ass
around.
roof. That's-
Dude,
that's
Doris just goes, she looks at me, she goes, you just got electrocuted, bitch.
God damn. And so what was there? Some open wires up there or something?
they
So
fix that?
I actually called one of my brothers, and he does a lot of different stuff, but he does work with electrician as part of what he does, and
You brought it up to code.
yeah, well, he told me what had happened was they used an indoor power strip outdoors, so it wasn't weatherproof or water sealed. It had been raining the night before, so it was the water on the roof. It was literally like it was just electrical currents flowing up there.
Oh my God. And
Yeah.
you're standing right on top of it and
Yeah.
like walking all around it.
I just literally, I went to grip the ceiling. I was just gripped on the side of the ceiling, like
And it's all metal up there.
How-
yeah,
bad
I was
did it
like
hurt?
this. Oh, so bad that my PTSD. You saw me
Yeah,
shake around.
yeah.
Like yeah. So my whole body, it felt
That
like
shit
I felt
locks
it
you up.
all up in my spine. I'm so thankful I was wearing my
Yeah.
docs because like who knows what would have happened otherwise. Like it was
Wow,
intense.
So the inflatable got aired up or?
I don't remember. I didn't deal with it anymore. I said I got electrocuted off this roof.
Yeah,
Y'all deal with that. I said I'm done.
That's hilarious.
I never climbed on that roof again. And I would say that story every single time. I said, I am already down for the cause. I already did it one time. It's y'all's turn.
No shit.
Yup.
You got to pass on that.
Yup. Yup.
You really love Planet K.
So were you an employee there?
I did all kinds of stuff there. I was an
Yeah.
employee there. I managed for them. I managed the
Cool.
Austin Highway location, the east side.
Nice.
That was wild.
How long were you there for?
I was on and off at Austin Highway. I was there for I think a year or so. So I worked at every location from South Side all the way up to what is it up here, San Marcos.
Mhm.
This is a Planet K episode. Yeah.
They're
Uh,
fun. They're a fun spot.
Yeah,
That's cool. And now you're
Yeah,
doing
way
your own
back
thing.
Yeah, I am. And, that's funny too, because during my interview, they asked, one of the big questions they asked too is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I wasn't quite in 5 years, but I told them I wanted to be doing my own thing with my topical line with my Momma Juanas. And I knew what I wanted.
Fucking A. And now look at you.
Yep.
Nice.
Actually, they just had their fireworks show the other night over at Woodlawn Lake Park in San Antonio on November 2nd. It's Dia de los Muertos.
Mhm.
Nice.
I'm very thankful they do that too. Really, I'm thankful. Yes, I am thankful for them, the way they help me reconnect to my heritage, the way they help me connect to my city. I have so many friends now that are lifelong friends that I've had for 8 years or so. And to be able to find my way into this industry, especially as a young Latina, I couldn't have done that anywhere else other than San Antonio.
Absolutely. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Oh, just that I was telling you guys that I was actually out there the other night for their fireworks show, and that's what I was doing, was giving thanks and giving some gifts to the very people who helped bring me into this place and space in the first place, and giving me a chance to walk into the rooms that I'm in now.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Thank y'all.
Fuck yeah, Mama Juanas. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for coming on the
Absolutely.
Hi Today show.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for
Cool.
having me.